What's going on, people? So, back again here, gonna knock out a real quick review, not quite an unboxing this time around because I don't want to take the time to do it, to be completely honest. But since I got a bunch of stuff that happened to all come around the same time, I'm gonna give you a little recap of some things that I bought mostly from Ringside Collectibles, along with a couple other things that I picked up recently as well, because, why not, right? If you happen to be an action figure guy, maybe you'll appreciate some of this stuff, or a wrestling guy, whatever. Maybe, or if you just like watching the stuff that I throw out there on the internet, maybe you'll just watch it anyways too. But anyway, so opening this thing up here, and that is all right. This right here, first and foremost, I guess, we got right here, R-Truth with the 24/7 title. So that's a pretty nice little figure. Had to kind of get that. The title does look just a little cheap if you want to look in there, kind of get you a little close up or whatever. But what can you do? It is what it is. And that's who's also in this line, right? Handful of people. I do want a few of those. Now, one thing that I'll throw out there for you guys, if you happen to be wanting this figure for the title, and maybe you're not a fan of R-Truth, I heard that the 24/7 title that they put in the Gronk box, or Gronk with the Gronk figure, I hear that that one is going to be better. But I think that's also going to be a Walmart or Target exclusive. It's going to be exclusive to one of those places, right? Speaking of exclusives and things like that, well, hold on. Let me finish this first. I get sidetracked a lot, lots of tangents. Also, the original bro, right? How can you not get Matt Riddle, right? I mean, you might be thinking you can get it by just not ordering it. I don't need that attitude, okay? Matt Riddle, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Again, also in that same set. So he's got some kind of little, I don't know what's going on with this look that he's got here. It's not from anything I can think of, but I'm still kind of catching up on certain takeovers and things. So it could be from one of those. I'm honestly not sure. And of course the flip-flops, because dude is generally barefoot. What I was going to say before, though, on the subject of like those certain figures and stuff that are exclusives to certain stores, if you happen to live near like your Barnes and Nobles or Targets, Walmarts, where else, Best Buys even, if you're near some of those, you should kind of consider getting familiar with what pops up in your stores, because I know people like to talk about like reselling shoes and whatnot, but you can do all right with the figure stuff. Sometimes it might take a little bit more to kind of get a lot out of it, but if you happen to see 3 figures that cost like $20 and you can sell each one for like 35 to 40, like, that adds up. So it's just something worth considering. I'm gonna have to remember to block that out. Anyways, this next set here, so got Big E, right, with the tag team title, the SmackDown tag team title, that is. So that just came out. The street date hasn't happened just yet, but Ringside Collectibles likes to get things out there pretty quickly. So you usually get them before the street date if you pre-order, right? And if you search around on the internet, there's codes you can use to get your 10% off. I use Chick-fil-A because I follow them on the Instagrams and the Twitters or wherever else. And, it's a mutual thing. Also, Xavier Woods. Now, one of the things with this Xavier Woods figure, you kind of noticing in there, he has the up, up, down, down title, and he also has this here trombone, right? So that's kind of cool. What's his name? Francesca or something like that? Yeah. Either way, and an alternate head. I forget what that is from, what event or whatever, but definitely a cool figure to have. This is also Big E has the pancakes. Didn't really notice that at first, but those are there. And of course, you can obviously guess who the third figure is, a Kofi Kingston, right? So there's that for you. This one came out in the previous section, right, with R-Truth and those guys. This one, you have those handful. You got Io Shirai is in there. I think Bobby Fish, right? Yeah, Bobby Fish, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. So pretty cool little set there. Again, Kofi came out earlier, but when you pre-order when you order things as a group, they ship when the latest thing is available, not as things come in stock. So that's kind of cool. Because I knew that I could have got the Kofi like weeks ago, but I was like, yeah, they're shipping when Big E and Xavier come out. As I said, I'm not going to do a full-on review of everything because there's just so much in this little package that I'm unboxing right now, but I got to at least give a close-up for the New Day because that was the focal point. So just look at the detailing that went into these. I mean, you've got down here on Kofi's boots, you've got the same unicorn logo from, the shirt that I'm wearing, which is one of the ones they're kind of pushing right now. You got it on the side. The belts are looking good. Face sculpts, same thing. Xavier Woods is up, up, down, down. Title is looking pretty solid as well. It's got the unicorn style boots. And then Big E's got his normal build, I don't know what else to say about that. So overall, everything is looking really good for these couple guys right here. So that's very awesome. And also, because it's relevant, this right here, I showed this in the last video. I got this from my good buddy Derek from many years ago. Well, I got this figure from him like 2 days ago, but I've known him for many years. However long ago 2013 was, since then. And again, you often see him in a lot of my lives talking about action figures. He was also in one of the sneaker battles. He had the referee shirt. Speaking of which, those are going to be coming around in some kind of way, more so on like the open challenge sort of side of things. So if you want a piece of this, you know where to find me. Anyways, also from Target, maybe somewhere, got this here, the Fiend, right? Couldn't pass this one up. Look at that thing, right? Looks pretty good, huh? Yeah, it does. You don't have to answer. It's mostly rhetorical. This one, those Chick Foley people I was talking about, yeah, they have a little Facebook group thing. I'm not an active Facebook guy, but I use that. And I bought this from somebody on there. Also came with a bunch of cards, but the cards are somewhere else. And then I saw this guy, Viscera, at Target when I was there to get lettuce, because every time I go to Target, I like to stop by the figure aisle, no matter how out of the way it is. I stop by there to see what they have for me. So, and now this box here came from another good friend of mine that I haven't known as long as old Derek, but known a good while anyways. So then that would be Jeezy Christ, aka Thrilla, right? From Louisiana. I always imagine the LA and then I want to say Los Angeles. It's not Los Angeles. It's a totally different place. Okay, so opening this up here. Sent me the Braun Strowman figure, right? So I think he's more like a Beast Man sort of thing, I guess. Yeah, it looks like he's going for Beast Man on here. And in case you're curious who all was in that wave, there's that for you. Let's now sit him on over here. And now get down into the bread and butter of this, if you want to call it that. So, he did put the individual packaging, which is fine. Because, again, a lot of this stuff is hard to find, so you got to call on your friends and whatnot. And then they come through for you a lot of the time because they live in better areas or something. So, this would be Matt Jackson. I always forget which one is which, right? But yeah, so that's going to be Matt Jackson, All Elite Wrestling guy, right? He's got the Elvis suit, which I want to say was what they wore at All In, the first pay-per-view that they did. And then, moving down here, we've got, what is this going to be? Chris Jericho, I guess. Yeah, got Chris Jericho right there, also from AEW, obviously, right? So, pretty decent little figure. You may remember that I did a separate unboxing of his little bit of the bubbly version, and that was however long ago that was. That's a really cool package though, that whole bottle thing that they did. Very awesome. And then moving down on into here, get the last figure out of this box. We have the Prince of Wrestling, the father of a husky, right here, Cody, right? Then on the back, they got a little glimpse of things to come. So these things right here, man, like I wanted a lot of these AEW figures, and then they were super hard to find. They're Walmart exclusives, right? So check your Walmarts, people. But yeah, they were fairly hard to find and all that good stuff. And then like the more trips I took to Walmart and came up empty-handed. Well, I wouldn't come up empty-handed. I always leave with something. But I wasn't leaving with what I wanted. And I was starting to think like, how much do they even want these things, right? But then Jeezy's like, hey, found them. I'm like, yes, I'll take them. Tell me what the damage is. But I tell you what, though, I definitely pre-ordered set 2, so those will be here in a few weeks probably, because I think the street date is late October. Anyways, that's it. We did it. We made it through all these boxes. That's why I'm not doing the full review, because you see how many this is? A fair amount, right? Yeah, it is. So now what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do rather, is wrap this thing up, because I got an on foot to shoot. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Go out, do something other than sitting around watching videos now, okay? I would say that, but for myself too. But again, sounds somewhat hypocritical. But like I said, I got some things to knock out. But then I'll probably be active like later or something. We'll see what happens. All right, that's going to be enough of me. I said that in the last video. I mean it this time. Later, people.